Welcome to the making of a DM. This is a random show where we're going to be talking about life, money, travel, more importantly, where I'm putting my money. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your host, Mark Evans, DM. Hope you're doing amazing. And again, thank you so much. The last show we did, The Black Sheep, Socially Awkward, has been absolutely on fire. I've actually done, I think, 76 shows. Today's 77 here of the making of a DM. And I've never had the response I've had with that. I thought I was the only one that felt socially awkward hanging out with family, old friends, and all that. But clearly I'm not. So I appreciate all the responses. I appreciate all the shares. I appreciate all the 5-star reviews on iTunes. It means a lot to me. And I know sometimes you don't think your voice can be heard, or maybe you're, in a tight spot financially and you're like, man, how do I help and give back? And I want to do good stuff. Well, go leave a comment, share on your social media. Maybe one of your buddies, maybe one of your friends, maybe someone you care about listens to the show and you start getting dialed in together. And that'd mean a lot to me. And all you got to do is share. It's free. It's one of the best ways to show someone that you're paying attention and you care and you're actually making an honest effort about giving back. So it's as simple as copy, paste, put on your stories, tag me, whatever. But it is what it is. Appreciate you guys that are doing it. It means a lot. So today it might be a little random. I want to share some stuff with you guys kind of on my heart and my mind. Been up since 3:30 this morning, as I pretty much always am anyways. But today's a little different. Not bad, just different. We just got back last night. We were in Traverse City, Michigan. I don't know if you've ever been out there, but it's actually very pretty. I've never been there, but we were out there for the last 4 days hanging out at the Park Place Hotel in the penthouse presidential suite, which is not a presidential suite I'm used to, but it was, again, all things being all, it was nice. It was super laid back. We did a lot of stuff, walking around town and hang out with the kids and going to dinner and hang out for lunch. And to be honest, a lot of shit that I don't enjoy. And I'm not saying that to be a jerk. It's just not in my natural habitat where I go somewhere and want to hang out all day. I like to read. I like to work on myself. I like to have great conversations with great people to help them grow their business and their life. I like to help solve problems. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I love hanging out with my wife and my kids, but there's only so much I can do of hanging out before I actually start getting like antsy and start really shutting off and shutting down. One of my wife and I's biggest conversations, sometimes could be arguments or whatever. She's like, "Oh, you don't want to do anything." It's like, well, we went out 3 times today. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's like, I'm not here just to be a, social butterfly and just sitting around and walk. It's not fun for me to walk into boutique stores and just honestly feels like I'm killing time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm 43 now, but truth is, ever since I can remember, I've always had kind of like a sense of anxiousness. Like, time is limited. I don't know when I'm going to die, but I guarantee I'm going to die, just like you. I hope it's a long time from now, but it's on my mind often. I've actually done a show about how death motivates me. It's not just me. It's all my buddies that I know that are high performers. Death is a very real thing that we think about constantly. I'm not sure if it's even healthy sometimes, but I can tell you right now, it is a real thing. And it's something I want I want to talk about, because I can't be the only one, because my buddies are the same way. But, I think about like, man, I want to accomplish so much in life. I want to do so many great things in life, and I want to make a lot of fucking money. I already talked about being stupid, rich, filthy rich, not for the money, but for what the money can do. And I was thinking about that today. Because as I'm sitting here out back, as you can probably hear the birds chirping and going crazy today, it's beautiful, 66 degrees, overlooking the ravine. Saw actually a couple deers bouncing around, some black squirrels running around, turkey everywhere, which is pretty cool. I asked myself, why do you want to make a shit ton of money? And I want to ask you that question because I think there's a massive disconnect with most people on this question. Why do you want to make a shit ton of money? And I think about this question because honestly, I'm being straight with you. I have a lot of money from where I started. I have a very little amount of money for where I will be in 10 years from now. And I'm talking many millions. This isn't to be braggadocious or whatever, but I've always wondered, my mentors, people I listen to on podcast shows or read great books, I don't hear anybody ever talk really about money. More importantly, what the hell are they doing with their money? So I want to share a little bit of insights here with you. Might be a little choppy because I'm just going off my notebook of what I was thinking about today. But you got to know where someone's started from and what their drivers are to actually understand what I'm saying. And I'm not giving here financial advice today. I'm just sharing shit that I do. And I mess this shit up all the time, FYI. I got millions owed to me right now. People are not paying. Talked about that on a show recently. I got, I'm making millions a week, sometimes overnight in certain investments I'm in, which is pretty wild. And I'll talk about that. But my first question is, like I said, why do you want to make a shit ton of money? If you don't want to make a shit ton of money, you as the listener, I would ask, why the hell are you even here? Because I am an entrepreneur and I'm all about helping people make more money. Because from my experience, the guys and gals that I help that make more money, they give back more. They're able to do more. They're able to take care of themselves better. They're able to take care of their family, do the things they've been dreaming about their whole life. And it's very important to me. So for me, the truth is, I was born in small town Ohio. My parents busted their ass to barely keep a roof over our head, barely put food on the table, barely give us the necessities needed for school. I didn't know back then, but I was poor. My parents were poor, right? Hardworking, everyday American folks that would just bust their ass, work. There's nights my dad wouldn't even come home. He's working, he'd work his main construction job, and then he would take on a side construction job to go install carpet in a commercial complex 3 hours away to make sure they had enough money to pay for the trailer that we lived in. Probably the trailer was $250, $300 a month or whatever it was. And I'm very amazingly appreciative of that. See, I know my mom and dad are proud of me. I want them to be more proud. And I also want them to understand that when I talk about them, and they do know this because I talk to them about it, because I use them in references a lot because it's who I am. It's my life, right? So they busted their tail to give me and my two sisters food and shelter. And they're loving people. My parents are great people. But we very rarely had much money. We would go, our vacation, true story, would be go to Kings Island for the day. We couldn't even stay all night because it cost money to stay at a hotel. But my mom and dad would work really hard and to be able to buy all of us a ticket, and I'd be able to invite one of my cousins or my best friend Bill with us because you needed to have 2 riders per ride, right? So it was me, my buddy, and my 2 sisters. This is a ginormous deal for my mom and dad. And like I said, we couldn't even stay all night because that costs money to stay at a hotel. So I always think, like, what drives me? And I used to see my parents fight a lot, actually all the time, about money. Mark, you can't buy this. Sandy, that's my mom and dad's name as well. Sandy, you can't, what are you doing? But one thing they always did, they always bought lottery tickets. I always found interesting. We always had something going on. It was like we had a big screen TV and a trailer. It was very strange to me. Once they got some money, they would get rid of it. They never really did investing. I don't think they had an investment. They actually did investing in a property through default. My mom's dad was something happened, or I can't even remember the full story, but was probably, I want to say 16 to 18. I don't remember because I kind of foggy in these time frames because I was like just trying to figure out how to get out of school and go make money. But they actually got an investment property, but they always complained about it. Always was a money suck. It never really made money, blah, blah, blah. So again, anything with money, it was always hard. It was always negative. And I genuinely, I'm saying this straight up, today where I'm at in my life, mentally, emotionally, financially, I think about this as, because again, this all starts in the brain, but making money is very ultra easy. More easier than anything I've ever thought. Once you understand the principles of investing, once you understand the principles of money in general. And a lot of times we think money creates freedom. Well, until you get in tune with yourself, I'm looking to be free of myself. I'm looking to be free of my negativity, free of opportunity. I just want to grow. And money is a great tool. Don't let anybody ever tell you, oh man, money's not going to solve everything. Well, I can tell you right now, being rich with money is much better than being poor with being poor. I saw a great quote one time. I'd rather cry on my Bugatti than to cry in my trailer, my mobile home. And it sounds douchey maybe to you, but probably not because you're listening to the show. So you know where that's coming from. Because if I have a Bugatti, I'm probably giving a lot of money away. I'm doing a lot of cool shit in life. It's just sometimes you have bad days. Sometimes you have bad weeks. Sometimes you have bad months, etc. See, just because you have money doesn't mean you're not going to have bad seasons in the game of life. It happens a lot more. Why? Well, because we're progressive. We want to grow. Things don't happen fast enough. And I genuinely, I own lots of companies. I have many, 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 many employees and people that rely on these companies to produce revenue and grow. And lives would be changed or altered if that stopped. And I take that very fucking serious. See, when I'm buying stuff, I know people see me buy cars or whatever. I have a great car collection. I'm buying more. I'm actually getting ready to buy another one today, for a matter of fact. But I'll probably put 3 miles a month on that thing. I don't really go many places because I don't have anywhere to go. I want to stay home. I want to work on my dreams. I'm writing some books. I have some podcast shows I'm working on. I have companies I'm growing. So it's like, I don't need to go anywhere. I know my wife doesn't like that sometimes, but her and I would go out on dates and day dates and all that stuff once in a while. But I want you to understand is like, I'm growing me financially because I was born out of lack of safety. I would see like unstable times. I literally would see my mom and dad crying because they weren't sure how they're going to pay the bills. I'd see a stack of bills on the table, and it's whoever got picked up is going to get paid. The other ones are just going to have to wait. I see people making decisions to go to the doctors or the hospital because they don't have the $20 back then for the copay. This is a true fucking story, by the way. These are true stories. This happened more than once. I saw many, many things happen because of lack. See, a lot of times you get in a desperation mode and you do the shit that you don't necessarily want to do. But you do it because you're trying to solve that immediate problem. See, the thing is I never wanted to live in fear. My fear, truthfully, is me dying. Me not having my brain when I die. Right? My kids have to take care of me or my wife or whatever. I don't want that. That's a big fear for me. You got to understand my thought process to understand the way I invest. I invest in people. I love people. I love people. I love the jockey. Ideas are everywhere. Great people are not so everywhere. Not as much. I love hard workers. I love people that care. I love people that want to make change. And I'm looking for these people anywhere and everywhere at all times. Through social media, through, it could be a server at a restaurant I'm eating at. It could be anywhere, anytime. Shit. Truth is, I was rolling in Traverse City. I got out, stopped at the rest area. Me and my son were going out to go to the pisser. And this guy, like, somehow he's like, hey, nice Cadillac, because we have that new Escalade, blah, blah, blah. And we start talking. And then he's telling me about his buddy owns this company in Traverse City, boat rental, blah, blah, blah. We start talking, exchange information. And I like people that like to talk to people, because that's what I do. So there might be something there one day. Who knows? Could be a cool story. But I'm investing in that kind of stuff all the time. And I do lose. I was talking with a buddy of mine today for an hour and a half prior to the show. And he's going through a tough time. Not financially, but mentally and emotionally. And the money's there. The problem is his drive's not. His relationships are disconnected right now because he's been overly focused on making money for so long. See, and that's what sometimes I don't think people realize is, it's hard. This is why retirement is such a big lie. But it's so hard to bust your ass for so many years thinking that by the time you make $10 million a year, you're going to be happy. Well, you might be happy because you hit a goal, but that doesn't necessarily mean you are going to be happy. So things I like to do is invest in people because it keeps me connected to the day-to-day and the people that love hustling and love working and sharing their excitement. I really get excited about that, actually. It's why I love things like the Dealmaker family I do, 50K a year group, because I get to literally be a part of their journey. And that's very rewarding for me emotionally and mentally. As well, I love to be on the cutting edge of stuff. Recently, as of February, I hired a great crypto coach. I've owned crypto since 16 or 17, a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum, like the main coins. I'm not a trader, by the way. I'm not buying and trading. I'm not trying to do swing trades and all that shit. I just truly do believe in the future of cryptocurrency. That's my belief. You don't have to like it. I'm just telling you what my belief is. So I hired a coach, as I would recommend everyone to do. Hire a coach. It helps you. You ask questions. You can expedite learning curves. You could gain confidence. I could borrow his belief. I could borrow his knowledge and implant it in me. Not say I just take his word for everything. I could do deeper research based off the conversations we have, etc. Anyways, I pay this guy, 5 figures, whatever, for a couple hours. We sit down. He helps me. I make a $50,000 investment in a coin today. The same coin's worth $2.4 million today, 8 months later. Not even 8 months. Less than 8 months, 7-ish and a half months later. It's worth $2.4 million. That might sound cool. The truth is, I pushed out. I actually moved $116,000. I was going to make that move. Instead, I just put 50 in just to test the waters. Not right or wrong, but the truth is, 116 or 50,000, it doesn't affect my life either way if I lose it. And the thing is if I'm educated, my risk is down because I'm educated, I understand the risk, I understand the upside, etc. I just I said, hey, I believe it, but sort of, right? So if I had to put 116 in, that'd be worth over $5 million. But don't be sad. It's worth 2.4 only on 50 G's. And the good news is I actually bought more as it went up. I started buying more at 3 cents. I started buying at 0.8 cents. Then I bought more at 3 cents, 5 cents, 15 cents. All the way, actually recently just bought another million coins at 40 cents. So a lot of cool opportunities there because I do believe that cryptocurrency is powerful. And again, I'm staking it. This is Hex, by the way. I'm not saying go invest in it, but Hex, I believe there's massive upside there. And then Cardano, ADA. That was another coin I got in at 38 cents. Today it's at 280, 290, somewhere around there. And I have a lot of those coins. But my goal is I got to gamify shit to keep me interested. So it's like, hey, I want to generate $6 million in net profits. I don't have to, they'd be unrealized profits because I'm not looking to take the money out because I don't need it. But I want to grow my wealth. I want to grow my knowledge. I want to be on the cutting edge. I like to be a part of that conversation. And because I can kind of see it. I see how it works. I got frustrated just like everyone else does setting all that shit up because there's a lot of accounts to set up to do it. Decentralized, centralized, blah, 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 blah. And again, I'm a real estate guy, so I understand risk and reward factors. I'm a business guy too, right? I understand there's risk involved in everything. So it's hard for me to understand why people think making money's hard. where I'm at today in my life. I get it. It's hard because we're dealing with hard situations, hard people, hard environments. As a real estate investor, you're dealing with shit all the time, right? You're dealing with a negative motivated seller. You're dealing with a tire kicker buyer. There's a lot of shit conversations you got to have to ultimately make the sell or get the deal done. You got to spend a lot of money on marketing. You got to spend a lot of money on your team. As soon as your team gets acclimated and understand what you're doing, they go off on their own. It's hard. Man, you can make a lot of money. What I've discovered is through all my other companies I own, real estate is pretty hard for real. It's good. It makes decent money, but it is hard overall. I have other companies that are very easy. I know Joe Polish coined this term, ELF businesses, easy, lucrative, and fun. I have a company that generates millions of dollars a month for us, and it's very fun. It's very lucrative, and it's very easy. And a lot of people are winning in that company. I have people making more money in that company in a week than they used to make in months, many months combined, because the model is conducive to those opportunities. I have another company in the data world that generates a lot of money every single month, and it's fun. It's exciting. We're on the cutting edge of opportunity. We're learning how to get better data. We're learning, more importantly, how to use the data to serve the prospect, to serve the people in the data environments that we're in. It's very fun. Now, listen, I'm not in the day-to-days of any of these businesses, by the way. These are things that I see the big vision, I know the jockeys, and I make the investments. I'll invest time, I'll invest money, and or both, and connections, right? A lot of things we could expedite through connections. I have a lot of great relationship capital that I've made massive amounts of deposits over my life to help people. Truth is, I'm not even good at asking for a lot of help because I just want to grind it. Just like you, I want to grind. I want to work hard. Because right, the harder we work, the more we make. That's a fucking lie, by the way. Because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people work way harder than me that make way less than me. It's not that I'm better than them. It's that I've worked really fucking hard on myself to understand I want to work hard and I also want to work smart. More importantly, I must constantly fucking evolve. Every second, every hour, every day. I'm not the same me 30 days ago. Not the same me 30 years ago. I'm not the same me 3 minutes ago. We're evolving at such fast rates. Like crypto, for example. Why I like to be on the front end of crypto is because there's so many people against it. So many, and then when you talk to them, they just don't understand it. They're uneducated. I've invested many hundreds, if not thousands of hours of time researching, watching videos. While you're out fucking around, getting fucked up with your buddies, I'm in my theater room on YouTube watching creators of crypto. Richard Hart, all these guys that created ADA, Ethereum. Who's saying this? Why are they saying that? What's this mean when they do that? What's a fork? Blah, 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 blah. Like busting, it's not even hard work. It's just educating yourself, getting in the trenches to understand what I'm up to. How I can be better, how I can be smarter with my money. Because trust me, everyone wants your fucking money. Everyone. I want your money if I can help you. Why wouldn't I? Why would I not want your money to help you? See, money to me is just a tool. It's an amazing tool. I've donated more this year than I've ever in my entire life. I've invested in more cars and watches than I even knew was a thing. Yes, I said invested, because there's certain things you could buy that could become investments. Some of my watches have went up 100+% in the last 12 months. Now, I'm not saying I predicted that. I'm just saying if I didn't make the investment in top-notch timepieces, that wouldn't work. I could go spend $250 at fucking a store, buy, I don't even know what kind of watch is $250, but whatever kind of watch is $250. As soon as you walk out of the store, things fucking worth zero. But I can make an investment by, $50, $35, $45, $50, $100+ thousand watch, and all of a sudden these things are worth double or more. It's pretty interesting how we've been taught about money, right? My wife isn't buying Michael Kors purses for $500. I don't even know what those cost, but whatever they cost. She's going to buy the Chanel's, the Hermeses, the $5,000, the $15,000, the $30,000 purses. Oh my God, it's so over the top. Cool. But did you know that we can sell those for more money than she paid for them? And she's used them? See, the thing is what do you know about money? More importantly, what do you do with your knowledge of your money that you know about money? I buy everything I just said, by the way, watches, purses, cars, etc. I buy with cash flow producing assets, companies, real estate, crypto. Yes, crypto can be a cash flow producing asset if you stake it, which is a very cool thing. And by the way, my staking with our crypto, and again, this is not braggadocio, I'm just fucking telling you the truth. Literally, my staking, what I generate in a month is what I used to dream about making in a year. And I don't do dick, except I saw it. I learned about it. I took my dollars where my mouth was and put it down. And now I'm seeing it through fruition. See, a lot of you guys are out there fucking talking shit, not doing anything. If you did as much as you talked, you'd be way wealthier, way more connected, way more opportunities. And money, again, is simply a tool. And I don't have anything figured out, by the way. I'm not acting like I'm smarter than you. It's just I do think that you have to understand the contrast, understand what's driving someone to work the way they work, to earn the way they earn. A lot of people are bragging about how hard they work. No one cares how hard you work except you. I remember when I was 18, 16, 13, and I would work and outwork anybody, and I'd brag about, I'll outwork you any day. Yeah, but we're all fucking, we're cogs in the wheel. We're replaceable. I want to be irreplaceable. I want to connect with you at such a deep level that you can't go anywhere else. See, in my real estate investment company, and this is true, I've sold thousands of turnkey real estate deals. And if they bought them and held them and did exactly what we said, they're worth 3, 4, 5, some of them 10 times of what they paid for them 7, 8, 10 years later. Very good investment. But what's cool about this is there's other companies that started popping up. I was training, what you would want to call training, because I would do 2, 3-day events showing people what I was up to. I'm not worried about you taking what I've done and competing against me. Because the only fucker I'm competing is that person looking back at me in the mirror. By the time I'm sharing it, I'm already massively ahead of the average person that I'm teaching. Well, definitely that I'm teaching it. And I'm just sharing raw data. But what was cool is we would forge such great relationships with our clients is that people would try to poach them that I would teach, which is fucking stupid. But they'd try to poach our clients and they'd be like, hey, do you know Steve Johnson? He just called and said he can give us a $5,000 better deal than you. Oh, okay. Well, I do know Steve Johnson, but what does $5,000? Yeah, man, I know. We would never go with them, but just heads up, he's poaching people or trying to poach people. And I'm using Steve Johnson as a fictitious name, of course. But what's cool about it is you build loyalty. That's why I'm here on this podcast show. I want to show up every week to be in your ear to let you know that I'm here. I'm a real person just like you. I have massive amounts of flaws just like everyone else. I do have a couple little things I'm great at. Very few that I'm not good at many things, but very few things I'm good at. But I know how to see big picture. I'm very good at, wow, I see the big picture. I'm very good at taking massive, quick action. Like literally, I've seen it, I get it, and I'm on. So what's funny to me, let me give you an example. I have people that reach out to me and it's like, Mark, I'm interested in your mastermind, $50,000. You already know it's $50,000 a year. You already know I have a lot of successful people. It's been like literally people that are online every day talking about how the Dealmaker family's changed their life in 2 months, 3 months, 3 years, 5 years, etc. And they follow them too because they'll use them as references. Like, yeah, man, I've been listening to so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. Cool. So what do you want to talk about? Well, I want to see if it's the right fit for me. Yep. We got to talk to every single person. I talked to each person prior. And when I say, man, this is a fit for you, how do you want to take care of it? Send a wire today. I can get you the details, blah, blah, blah. That's when the rubber meets the road. That's the difference with the people I work with. And that's the difference with me. If I'm calling to waste your fucking time, I'm ready to make a move. This car I'm about to buy today, true story. I talked to him for about 3 minutes yesterday on the ride home from Traverse City while my wife was driving. I said, I'm in. Tell me where to send the money. Here's my address. I'm not price haggling. I'm not trying to fucking, beat him up for $2,000. I'm not trying to get free, whatever. Dude, I already know what the car's worth. You've priced it right. A fair deal is a fair deal. Now, see, some people get a hard on to try to save $2 or to try to feel like they got a deal or got one over on someone. But why? Why? If it's a fair deal, it's a fair deal. Period. See, that's how I grew my real estate company too. I told my team, because this is what I do, and this is what I believe, because I know it's true, call and help the fucking person. It's a human being on the other line. This is like your grandmother or your grandfather or your mother or your father or your uncle or someone that you care about. Hear them out. Guide them. Give them direction. Solve their fucking problem. By the way, that doesn't mean we have to buy the house. If we can, great. If we can't, solve their problem. Make their life better by hanging the phone up with you, by giving them a direction. When you do that kind of shit, you build loyalty, you build trust, you build relationships. You get people that want to win with you all the time. I see guys online all the time talking shit like, I'm abundant. Every single one of their actions, by the way, they're the guys calling me, hey man, I want to learn about your DM family. Cool, what's up? And then you make then you say, yes, this is a no-brainer. And then they can't pull the trigger on $50,000, even though they just told you they made $1 million. They're fucking lying. They're lying. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most. Because people that make real money don't waste fucking time like that. Not in my world, especially. I already worked in my brain that I'm executing. I already know what things cost and don't cost. When I talk to you, I'm yes or no. Not fucking maybe. Not let me get back to you tomorrow. But motherfucker, let's do this deal today. Why would you throw that in the universe that you let everything just cycle around? I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it next week. I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to do that when things change a little bit over here. You're a fucking liar. You ain't going to do dick. All this comes back to money. See, you think when you pay $50,000 for the DM family, it takes from you. What if actually that added to you? What if you actually investing in that new office that you know you need to get? Because it's time. It's scary, but it's time. Your team sees you making moves. Your team sees you growing. Your team, share it with them. Guys, I'm fucking scared. It's a big goddamn investment we're about to make. But I'm doing it because I trust you. I believe in you. And God damn it, our product is the best in the market. Do you agree? Yes, 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 yes. The energy and the momentum alone, if you fucking lead them and guide them and share with them, will pay for that building many times over. Just share with them. I'm scared. I've done this many times. I do it all the time, actually. Fuck. Colleen, that's a big investment. $280,000 this week. What do you think? Blah, 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 blah. Wow. It's a big number this week, but do you think we can pull it off? Yep. I'm in. Well, what do you, I trust you, Colleen. I trust you. I believe you. Because I know they came to the game prepared. They shared the data in a proper way that is very conducive to like, hey, we're going to grow this bitch. Here's the data. Share the data, not the drama, right? Data, not drama. I can make decisions off of data. I could not make it off your bullshit drama. No one cares about your problems. It's true. So money. Again, I told you the show would be a little sporadic today, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from when I'm making my investments. I have investments, lots of them, with many different people, many different companies, and I'm always growing. And my buddy I was talking to today, I have a decent amount of people that owe me money. And he's like, dude, like, is it even worth it? Because one guy owes me a real decent amount of money. And I was like, dude, I'm not changing me because of one bad apple. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to veer to what I'm capable of, my vision of where I'm going, because of some dickhead that is a con artist at the highest level that I've known for a long time. Because he's all fucking talk, all bullshit. I'm not going to let that ruin me. It's going to make me better, right? I'm going to have different procedures on the front end, a different filtering process. But other than that, I'm going to keep at the game, dude. I'm at the game. It's like in football, you get your head whacked, you're blowing snot bubbles. Do you stop playing football? If you love the sport, it actually gets you excited because you're like, that will never happen again because I'm going to get my head on a swivel a little bit better. I'm going to stay a little bit more focused. I'm not going to look as far down the field as I used to. I'm going to do both, right? You start getting more conscious of these things. Sometimes you don't know it's a problem until it's a problem. And that's okay because that means you're growing. Dude, I would never do anything if I learned about all the problems. Fuck, I'd have never got married. I'd have never started dating. I'd have never had kids. But thank God I got married. Thank God I have 2 amazing kids. And thank God I didn't know about all the problems. Truth is, you could have told me about all the problems. Maybe some people may have, but I wasn't listening to them because I wasn't there yet. So for me, money is simply a massive tool. I want to protect my house. I want to protect my family. Shit's crazy in the world right now. You better get your shit in order. My boy Sean always says, get your house in order. I've been saying this for years to myself. I'm focused on me. I wrote a book about it called Me Economy, for God's sakes. Get your shit in order. Get your money dialed in. Get your brain tight. Get your shit under control. Because I can tell you right now, when shit hits the fan, you'll be in a way better position if you have many millions of dollars. You'll be in a way better position 10 years from now if you busted your ass today when things are hard. It'll be way easier 10 years from now. A lot of lazy fuckers out there sitting around. And if you follow me on social media, pretty much everywhere I go, I give $100 bill tips to servers, staff. The lady that cleans our place at the hotel, I gave her $100 and said thank you. Because right now, the people that are working will be fucking 1,000 times better off in the future than the lazy pieces of shits that are sitting at their house milking the system, taking advantage of a situation, and they think it's an opportunity. It will come to bite them in the ass. Not whatever happened with you as a person, being a fucking man. For me, it's a man, right? Like literally, I'm going to sit my ass at home and do nothing thinking that's manly. I'm going to brag to my buddies that I'm not working, but I'm getting paid more money than what if I did go to work. Dude, I don't care if I got paid half. My ass showing up to work is worth way more. Just the effort and the actions are worth way more than dollars. See, again, you got to understand where my brain's at. I want the money. I'll get the money, but I'm willing to work for it. I don't need it I don't need you to just give it to me. I want to provide a service. I want to provide a value, an exchange to earn it. It doesn't mean I have to work hard to earn it. I've worked hard for 25 years to earn me so I can go share it with you and hopefully expedite your results. So money, it's a tool. Don't let anybody ever tell you getting stupid, filthy rich is a bad thing. Because if they say that, that's more about them than you. Acknowledge that. Cool. And or fucking stop talking to them about it. And or disassociate. Limit association with him or whatever. Right? Some people just don't get it. Oh man, money is the root of all evil. No, love of the money is the root of all. I don't love money. I love me. And I love what I can do with money. I'm a great giver. I want to give more. I want to be more. I want to hire better people. I want to hire more people. I want to give to a bigger cause. I want to share my blessings with other people. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of great fucking people that have no money that can't share like I share financially. They could make a bigger impact. You can make such a bigger impact with money. Money is simply the tool. You could build wings. You could, help people with cancer. You could help, give people experiences like we did our boy Nick that passed away recently, to be able to fly his mom and him on first class to the Super Bowl game, to give them tickets that they could never afford, and take them to Disney for 7 days, full expense, paid trip, limos, and blah, 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 all this stuff, just to give him a smile on his face that has no dollar value. I still talk to them, his mother today. Money is a tool. Use it wisely. Get investments. Build cash flow. Get so much cash flow that you're like, I cannot believe how much money's coming in. And then when that happens, get more. Because if you can do $100,000 a month, I can promise you can do $500,000 a month. If you can do $500,000 a month, guess what? You can get to $1 million a month, etc. I know. It's real. Now is the time. Dig in. It's go time. And again, if you think money is the root of all evil, please unfollow me. I have nothing for you. If you think working hard is stupid, I'm not saying working hard is stupid. I'm just saying working hard without evolving is very dumb. My uncle does construction. He busts his ass every day. I bet you he has less than $1,000 in his savings. Not because he's not a hard worker, because he doesn't understand investing. He's a hard worker. He just works really hard. Then he gets home. He's like, dude, I deserve blah, 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 blah. Boom, spend. Like, he's investing all the wrong energy. Go learn on YouTube. Pull it up. Join a mastermind. Join a local group. Join a free group. I don't care. Just join something to connect with people that are talking and thinking about the right stuff. It'll change your life. So again, I would love to hear your thoughts on this show. I want to start talking more about other things I'm investing in. I'm in 18 different verticals that I have investments in personally that are generating. Some are generating cash, some are generating cash flow, some are going to be an exit for massive amounts of cash. But the relationships I'm building through the process. I just invested recently into 30 restaurants. That's a new game for me. The ROIs look pretty amazing. Could be zero. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I'll never know if I don't get involved. See, I'm not afraid of losing. I'm more afraid of not winning. Losing is just part of winning. I want to get in the game. I want to get my teeth kicked in. I want to get kicked in the nuts, punched in the face. I don't wake up and say, I can't wait to lose money today. But I do know it's a part of the process, and I don't avoid it. The key is to make your winners bigger than your losers, have more winners than losses, and just stay in the game. So, love to hear what you got going on. I'm here for you. Message me, DM family, if you got the balls to step up. It's male only, by the way. Not that I don't like women to help women. It's just the guys peacock around females. It's a fact. They do that. I know, because I'm a guy. It's what we do. So instead, I'm there to help the guys get to the next level, and not just with financially, but emotionally, mentally, physically, with their spouses, with their children, and get their money right. So anyways, I'm here for you guys. If you need anything, let me know. I have a lot going on, and I'm going to be sharing with you more and more. Follow me on social media if you're not. I'm pretty sure you are, but if you're not, on Instagram and Facebook at Mark Evans DM. I got something cool coming out too. I'll share with you guys next week. So be on the lookout for that. It's 100% free. It's another way for me to give back to you. If you have business opportunities that make sense, that have a lot of upside, a lot of great opportunities, I'm looking at them I look at opportunities every single day. And if there's an opportunity that makes sense, I'd love to hear about it. So again, appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. Let's go get that money. It's go time. Have an amazing day. Make the day count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push. question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is the podcastfactory.com.